Most people make this one mistake in their divorce and they don't realize it until it's too late. And by then, their life is in shambles. Don't be that person. Welcome back to Divorce Den, everyone, where we are going to set you up for success in your pre, during, and post divorce life. Divorce isn't just about ending your marriage, it's about setting yourself up for the most successful future possible. And this mistake, it can really destroy your finances, your mental health, and even your relationship with your kids and your extended family. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about the biggest mistake that people make during divorce, why it happens, and how you can avoid it, even if you're already in the middle of your divorce case. The mistake: letting your emotions dictate your legal and your financial decisions. That is huge. I know many clients, many attorneys who have had clients, many colleagues who have gone through divorce, many family members, extended family members who have gone through divorce, or they know someone who have gone through divorce and they have experienced the same thing. And they let their emotions run wild, and that really impacted them legally and certainly financially, and not just in the moment. Down the road, it really took a hold on them and made them locked into certain decisions that they made, these emotional decisions, and it really created so much more turmoil later on once the smoke sort of settled and they were able to think a little bit more clearly and not think in such an emotional state. They were stuck with that decision. And so many of these people were then just worse off than they were had they just taken a step back, thought about the long term impact, and really made a decision that was more logical. So, why do so many people make this mistake while they're going through divorce? A lot of reasons. One of them might be anger or revenge or ego. That anger emotion that takes over the logical part of the brain, it can really be overwhelming. You're so hurt and you just want to get back at your ex and you just want to be able to win your case. And you let that entire focus take charge of everything. Take charge of even your children. I have seen people literally use their children as pawns because they're so angry. And later on, when they step back, they're like, oh my goodness, did I really just do that? Yes, you did. You let your angers and your emotions run rampant. Another reason why they might make this mistake is because they're getting bad advice, whether it is legal advice, advice from those shadow people, your neighbor, your hairdresser, your family member who says, oh, you should be getting more. Let's get you more. You hear all these people sort of talking and giving you advice and things that they think that you need. However, when you're not listening to yourself and what you need and you're listening to all these shadow people, that's a really, really big mistake. And then sometimes social pressure, right? Sort of outside groups or people who think that it's normal for you to have shared custody or it's normal for the mom to get custody or there's some sort of societal norm, whether it's your culture, your religion, your extended group of friends, your social circle who say, oh no, you can't give on that. You should get the house. Or, you're not going to give up part of your pension. I mean, these are things that are just those outside influences that don't necessarily make any sense for your family. Listening to that and letting your emotions run wild when you're listening to these people, that can be really, really detrimental for you. How can you avoid this? And I promise you, by avoiding this, you really will save a lot of time and money. So start thinking about if you're going into the divorce process, if you're going into negotiations, if you're going into consult with an attorney, start to think about how you can avoid this. One of the biggest ways to avoid this mistake is starting to shift your mindset. You need to approach divorce as a business transaction and not necessarily an emotional battle. Now, I hear you. That is much easier said than done. You are in the thick of it, and this is your life. Your emotions are wrapped up in it. So I completely understand that. However, before it starts, you have to start thinking about where can I spend my emotional energy that's going to make sense. Spending it in the litigation and on legal matters does not make any sense. You need assistance and you need help and you need support with emotions, then you take that up with your therapist, you take that up with your friends, with a divorce coach, anywhere else, but not in the legal realm. Second way to avoid this mistake is to choose the right divorce professionals, especially your attorney. Please ensure that you are interviewing and having consultations with attorneys and choose the one who is going to try to be very settlement minded and keep you out of litigation. I talk about it all the time. Divorce mediation and collaborative. Find an attorney who focuses on and believes very strongly in mediation and the collaborative divorce process. Choosing the right attorney who's not only going to move forward in mediation or collaborative, but the right attorney who aligns with your values, who listens to you, who hears what it is that your future self wants, what your future interests are, what your goals are, what your hopes are for your new future. That's really important because you're going to be working very closely with this divorce attorney or with any other professional. So choosing the right one from the beginning and them allowing you to maybe keep your emotions kind of in check and reminding you, hey, this is a legal decision. Here's maybe where you can spend that emotional energy somewhere else with the therapist. But I'm your attorney and I want to make sure that I keep you on the right track. You need an attorney you can trust who's going to speak to you like that and give it to you straight. Make sure you choose that professional from the very beginning. Make sure that you are focusing on the long term, not just now. My feelings are hurt right in the moment. Understood. Absolutely. You have things that you want to be able to express and get off your chest. Certainly do that. But your future well being, the well being of your children, of your family, and honestly, even of your ex, that's not going to be served. Everyone's future is not going to be served by being stuck in the emotions now. You need to be able to take a step back, start thinking about things in more of a logical way and a way that makes sense for your future. And part of that long term planning for your best future really will involve staying out of court. Collaborative or divorce mediation are really the way. Even if the two of you are negotiating and going through it and you just have an attorney helping you with your review, or if the two of you are trying to work it out on your own as far as resolving the issues of your divorce, it's still very, very important to keep the emotions out of it as much as possible. So let me ask you, have you or anyone you known ever made emotional decisions at a time when things were very heightened, when they were fearful, when they were sort of unsure how things were going? So imagine how that's going to be during a divorce. It can really be very overwhelming and your emotions can for sure run away with you. So we want to make sure that you're thinking as clearly as you can during this time so you can set yourself up for your best future. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please drop a comment and let us know if you or anyone you know has ever made an emotional decision that maybe you regretted later. So tell me what you think. Some colleagues of mine and I often sort of have a little bit of a debate that divorce is about fairness between the two of you, or maybe it's about strategy. Who's going to win? Let's discuss. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And if you found any of this information useful, we encourage you to please subscribe, like, share, and certainly, again, let us know what you think as far as mistakes that maybe you've made, somebody else has made, and maybe ways that you can avoid that. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us on the Divorce Den, and we'll see you next time.